Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. So in today's video we are going to be talking about another problem. Now I have seen this a lot on Facebook because I'm there on some of the succulent groups on Facebook, and I tend to see a lot of people, they tend to plant their succulents like this. Now as you can see, the succulent is hardly visible in the pot because the succulent is very low in the pot. Never keep your succulents that low in the pot. Now if you're wondering how did this happen, now it was a very small little cutting that I had put in this pot. I was not very sure if the succulent is going to survive, but to my luck the succulent did survive, and in fact it started to grow quite well. The center is the stress colors. This is an Echeveria Black Queen, if I'm not wrong, and it's doing quite well. It was very small like this, and there was ample amount of space in the side, so I was not much worried. But within couple of months, like around 2 or 3 months, it started to grow quite well because of course it was summers and it was in the growing period. But now it's slowly going to shut down on the growth because it's an Echeveria. It tends to go dormant during the winters. But always remember, do not put your succulents that deep into the pot. One is because it restricts the flow of air. Succulents like a good amount of air circulation. So I thought that I'm going to take it out because it looks very congested in this, though it's not touching the edges yet, but it will soon. As you can see, this is what's going to happen when it starts touching the edges. It starts to I wouldn't say it gets burnt, but it tends to get kind of scraped off. So we do not want that to happen because we want our Echeverias to look very seamless, very symmetrical, and with those beautiful leaves, but the tips are going to get smashed against the pot. So always remember, do not put your succulent so deep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to repot it and I'm going to show it to you. So I have an empty pot and I have put a small little leca piece, so I'm just going to fill it up with my succulent soil mix, which is sand, which is 80% aquarium sand and 20% of filtered garden soil. So let me quickly fill this up and get back to you. So I will quickly start to fill this up until now do not completely fill your pot with soil, just leave a little bit, like 1 inch from the edge. Now the reason why is because when you're going to water it, the water is not going to spill out. This is going to give you that enough buffer to fill the water in this pot, and then the water can drain out. If you're going to completely fill this up till the top, then when you're going to water, the soil is going to spill. So always leave a little bit of edge so that whenever you are watering it, the water does not create a mess. So now we'll slowly try to loosen the soil of this succulent and take it out. So it looks like it has got a good amount of roots. This is going to be a little messy. So you can see the amount of roots that are present on the succulent is crazy, and it's doing extremely well. You can see these are all the roots. As you can see, the roots are super healthy, they're very fine. This is the new growth at the tip, as you can see this. So it looks fantastic. So what actually happened is, now if you're wondering how did this root turn out to be pink, the issue was that this root was up like this. It was pointing out from the soil like this. It was above, that's why it turned pink in color. But otherwise, usually the roots at the bottom or inside the soil will not be pink in color. Only if the roots are pointing upwards, they are going to have that coloration. So now I will quickly dig the soil and push the soil inside, and then add a little bit of soil around. Remember, we do not want to overfill the pot with soil. We just want to keep that soil a little bit around the root area, and then just push the soil towards the roots. Now the succulent is going to be a little bit shaky. The succulent is going to be a little bit unstable because we have just put her into the soil, but over the period of time the roots will anchor and then the succulent will be very stable into the soil. Now we are going to follow the same thing. We have just repotted it, so we are not going to water it right away. The succulent is very plump, as you can see. It does not require a lot of watering, so probably after 4 or 5 days I will do a watering. Now anything is okay. You can do a top watering, you can do a bottom watering, whichever is okay with you, you can do that. That's not an issue. But At least for a few days, I'm going to keep it in indirect bright light. I won't expose it to direct sunlight because it has just been potted. It has to get acclimated in the soil. It has to get acclimated, even though it is my own succulent, but I still prefer to let it get acclimated in the new pot. And then slowly I will start introducing it to morning direct sunlight. But as of now, it's going to be in indirect bright light so that it can get acclimated and it can get settled down in this pot. So that was all about it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep planting.